Right. As soon as you don't want to take them out until about the end of May. That's the best time to take them out. Take them out around the end of May, okay? No, not quite yet. We want to wait for a couple of more weeks, and then you can go ahead and start pruning the roses. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye. Say, yes? Did you want to say something?
I can't always talk over the headphones, you know.
Yeah. As I was. Good, because I just want, if whoever called and wanted to know where we were, I just want them to know, and want everyone to know, we are at Vista Ridge up on 5 Mile Prairie. We're on the south side of the prairie. So if you're coming up from downtown, you come up Maple, and you go right behind Rosars. There's a traffic light there, and take the 5 Mile Road right up to the top. And once you get to the top, you're going to see signs. You're going to turn to your left, and you're going to come into a beautiful gated community, and it's called Vista Ridge. And this is where you're going to find all these beautiful new homes that we're talking about that are so affordable and so convenient for anyone that wants to downsize a little bit, you know, maybe, but still wants a beautiful home to be able to go into, but everything on one floor and all the amenities, the modern amenities, they're all here. You've got to come by and see the homes. It's really important to do that. And of course, they're going to be open today until 6 o'clock, and tomorrow from noon until
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
And today till 5.
And today until 5. If you come at 6, it's going to be gated and closed. Today until 5, tomorrow from noon until 4:30.
4 p.m.
Till 4.
Yeah.
Well, forget it. Tomorrow's till 4. From noon until 4. And then don't forget too to sign up for a really neat raised bed. This is something. Did you build this, Ty?
I didn't personally. One of the guys at the office did build that.
Okay, all right. Now, of course, joining me right now is Ty Ullman, and he is with the Clearwater Summit Group. And I know that you're familiar with this wonderful landscaping company because they do the beautiful center arrangement for the lawn and garden show.
Home and garden show.
Home and garden. Lawn and garden show. That's my show. The Home and Garden Show that starts next weekend, and in April, the first part of April.
Yeah, the Friday, April 1st to the 3rd.
Okay. And you'll get a chance to talk to Ty at that time too, but very, very quickly, here on 5 Mile, you're the major landscaper for this area, is this Vista Ridge. Can you tell me a little bit what you do with clay soil? Because this is what a lot of people deal with, and I get a lot of questions on it.
Yeah, I guess in these new installations, what we're doing right now is we're obviously shaping out all the bed spaces to have a shape that's above the overall lawn area to allow the plant material to sit outside of that heavy soil. So that helps on these new installations when you can do that. Now, I think your situation or your question is really in regards to when people are planting into these heavy soils, how do they, what can they do to alleviate the saturation around the tree or whatever it may be? Well, the key to planting, I think, that is typically been a problem in the past is planting too deep. And a lot of plant material gets planted too deep. And so that's number one, is getting the right planting depth. And on trees, you really have to look for that root flare of the tree to really elevate it out of the grade. And I think it's hard sometimes to convince yourself that you need to actually be that high from the grade that is around it. So the key there is get the plant material out. From there, if it's sitting in a depression and whatnot, then you have to try to relieve that water that's collecting near that. And in these clay soils, the thing you can do is, obviously there's a lot you can do with the old French drain systems to alleviate some of that underground, just trenching with some rock in there and really let water get out. As for around the plant itself, you can amend the soils with some of this humus, compost, and other things to help create that, that soil breakdown that will keep it from being just holding and saturated. But at the same time, that can be that pocket that you were talking about earlier, where now it loves that spot only. And so to me, I think it's actually getting plants planted at the right elevation, and it's hard for some to recognize what that elevation is. I can tell you, I've seen it done wrong so many times.
Well, you know, remember a long time ago, we were always told plant, you know, at the same depth as the nursery. You know, when you buy the plant, you can see where the soil is hitting the trunk. But a lot of our growers are shipping in, and that soil is packed up against the trunk. And so what we need to do is when we're planting is to make sure that we get down to what you're calling the flare, is literally where the roots begin.
Yeah, exactly. Where the trunk of the tree is actually starting to flare out towards that root system. And so you're right. The mechanical operation of digging a tree actually pushes the soil up around the base of the tree, and in a sense loses the old root flare when it comes to us. And so that 3 to 6 inches or more in some cases is hard to find. I keep showing people how to keep going down to it, and then when you finally arrive at that root flare and then you look at the grade where it was planted, you'll see sometimes a 6-inch elevation where they put it in a hole in a sense. And then at that point you know the answer. The answer is that it's drowning. It has no way to be up in good drainage way, because as we know in clay soils, if you can get the houses up and have drainage away from the house, you can solve your drainage problems around the house. No different than a tree. I mean, you plant the tree at the right elevation, you get it up out of the soils around it, you get it to where it has drainage away. You'll still obviously need to water it, but the point is that the water can get away from the base